Morning all, hope you're doing okay. It's a little bit later than usual, so apologies for that, but I just wanted to capture the London Open for the SSI values, and I'm talking to a lot of people as well, so apologies for the late bulletin. I've had lots of questions, and so it's just getting around to answering them, and so that's that. Risk calculation is on at the 24-hour difference and at the big picture. The VIX is being crossed below the yearly pivot, so that's risk on, and obviously, if we have some scary news event, it's going to help this value, and we should get away from zero, and this number will increase, and we'll get away from zero. So, if the fear mongering persists and they're really pumping the COVID and FOMC uncertainty, then they're going to be shorting the indices, and if they short it, then we'll see a direct consequence on this number, which is the SSI average. So if it's a positive number, they're long. If it's a negative number, they're short. And this is exactly what we want for risk on. We don't want the retail guys to be long, okay? And so this is a little bit of risk off. So this is risk on, okay? But the yields are a little bit risk off because they ever so slightly rose at the short dated. Now, we don't want that to happen because it tells us that there's fear and uncertainty near term. If these went up, that would be fine because that tells us there's uncertainty in the long term. But if these go up, then that's like saying, oh, hang on a minute, we'll put on the brakes. So we could theoretically, potentially see a little bit of a safe haven flow as we go towards the end of the week, because we've got end of month as well, and we've got so much uncertainty. So this might be signaling a bit of a risk-off scenario brewing. So that's already quite mixed. The retail sentiment is on, but the yields are saying off. And don't forget, we're inverted. We're quite heavily inverted, actually. It's actually quite unhealthy. That's not normal. And we are in a better position than we were last week. You can see the difference in the SSI on France 40, the S&P, and the Dow. The dollar CAD's also made quite a strong move as well from last week. There's the USD index, and we can see how the Euro USD is just going negative, but we have fundamental reasons for that. And we've got the gas pipeline issue as well that popped up in the news yesterday, and Russia just preventing the gas flow into the Eurozone. So that's going to really hurt the Euro, fundamentally speaking. They're still going to supply gas, but not as much. So they're basically the ball's in their park, in Russia's park, and so we have to see what happens there. So fundamentally, euro is not in a great place. So we have to remember that as well. We've got to remember fundamentals, and CAD is strongest and Swiss is weakest, and we see that direct consequence of the bubbles on price action. So we're positive. So that makes sense, right? Because that's buy and that's sell. So it should be performing well. So if you're ever wondering how to make a little bit of pips and a bit of profit, just use the bubbles, use the strongest versus the weakest, try and get a good entry, know your exit, and then you can enter. And the risk management is obviously the key. And I won't be trading tomorrow at all. I'm totally avoiding it, and I'm thinking I'm actually winding down towards the weekend, because this weekend's a long weekend for me, and I've not had a break since Christmas. So I'm just taking it easy. I'm quite unsure what's going to happen, really, to be honest with you. Especially when we look at this as well, and also end of month. I think FOMC should be risk off, to be honest with you. If they're going to hike aggressively, it can't be that positive, can't be that bullish for stocks. So here we are. We're green, which is indicating buy. Reds are indicating sell. And note that the German 30 has crossed over to sell. What it's doing now, you'll need to check, because I can't tell you what it is now. You need to get a copy of the trading station. And S&P, that will help the cement the fear if we break that, because it's too sideways, so nothing to say there. And US 30, so that was the bear trap, so they're stuck. So as long as we don't break that, then that trap's in place. So this is a lot cleaner. German 30 currently sell, but we need to break this support in order to cement the fear. So sideways, so that's a bit annoying, a bit choppy. And they're selling gold. Okay, so they sold it here, up we come. They sold it here, so up we come. and if they continue to sell it, we'll cross the 50% line, and then it will be a buy at the high level. Stop loss cluster update. The dollar CAD was the largest mover at 12%, and it was the largest mover yesterday, but it was a basically it just flip flopped. So yesterday it was a buy, and today it was the largest sell. So they're really getting chewed up on dollar CAD. So be very careful with that pair. And obviously CAD sensitive to inflation as well because of oil. So we have to remember, you know, we've got the FOMC tomorrow, and no doubt Powell will mention inflation multiple times. So it's going to impact your commodity currencies. And remember the FX SSI promo code is going to reduce after the 1st of September. So get the annual plan while you can, because it's a huge saving. If you wait for after the 1st of September, then you know, it's going to lose its value, and it will cost $31 a month. Currently you get it at 10. So get the annual plan, and you can get locked in at $10 a month. Quite a poor score on yen and good score on Aussie and CAD. So that's that. I mean, we have a poor score on the dollar as well. So we really want this to be much higher in order to enter. If you enter now, you might just go to a casino and just put your money on black, or you know, and then just put your money on the roulette table and hope for the best, because this is worse than 50%. It's actually this is being geared up to engineered to trap, and it's what it is. It's really paying the retail guys right now. And what they're going to do, they're going to pull the carrot and the stick, and then they'll be trapped. So 36% is too low for me personally. I wouldn't enter right now. I'd enter when it gets much better, much higher, and then we know the trap's in place. At the moment, they're getting paid, so we'd want to avoid that. Yeah, small loss yesterday, just really choppy. AJ did trigger, but we don't record it, and also there was a naming mistake as well, which has now been rectified. It's just a simple change on the text, and now that's been fixed. And so that's that, and we might just be seeing more chop today on the signals, to be honest. Seen a little bit of deviation on the technical checks. So remember, you only get it if we have strong buy or strong sell. So dollar Swiss potential, and we've got dollar CAD, which obviously has triggered. So we won't be getting EU, we won't be getting GU, we won't be getting UJ. Okay, and light calendar today, really heavy calendar tomorrow, and this is going to be pretty roller coaster. So just enjoy your day. Remember to trade safely. And we've put out quite a few things out in Discord, so you can follow them if you want to. Some trade recommendations. Watch Marco's videos, because he's an amazing trader, and you can learn a lot from him as well. So just check out his analysis in Discord, and you should be fine. Remember, you can ask me questions. I won't mind, and the more questions the better, because then I can just add it to the FAQ document. And then if you've got any questions, you can always refer back to that document that I created. So nice quick video, and that's it. So remember, I'm away this weekend, and it's a long weekend, so I'm not going to be at all around Friday or Monday. I'm actually taking a proper break, okay? And that's that. So remember to join Discord. You're all welcome, and we are pretty sideways on the sentiment as well, so just be careful. I'll speak to you guys soon.